Hey, welcome back everybody. You know what time it is. Let's get into it now. And as you can see by the thumbnail, this is the MOBAT tank. But in this battery cover here, it's really corrosive and real ugly looking. And same inside here. So without further ado everybody, let's see what we can do. Okay everybody, as I said before, this is the MOBAT tank. And look at that, it's absolutely had it. And which is probably explains why I thought that this tank was sluggish a bit. There's more than one reason too, so I'll go into that. Now you can see these points here are also looking pretty bad as well. But the worst part is, if I go into here, see that all those connections there are melted. So I need to look at a way to restoring these. So I think the first thing I need to do is look at undoing these screws. Alright, let's take this baby apart now, ever so carefully. So you can see here that there's a fair bit of rust on this, and that's the mechanism that drives the tank. So we'll leave it alone. And we'll just pull this over. So yeah, those points there pretty much had it. Bit of rust on here too, so I'll look at seeing what I can do here. So this lever here is what makes it go left and right. If you look inside here, there's a couple of screws here, and for me to take this off. So I'll take this off now. Very carefully. Very carefully. Okay, cool. I wonder how far I can move this off. Just been really careful with the wires. Ain't gonna lie to you, this is scaring the crap out of me. So very carefully slide it off. Voila. That's not too bad. Now I don't want to lose these screws, so we'll put them in that little container. Okay, so my good buddy Nate, the Retro Tinker, which check that YouTube out, please, people. I'll leave a description on the end of this video. Has suggested that I should use white vinegar, which is, sorry about the glare, to clean up those corrosive parts. So I'll get pour out a little container, That's all I need for the moment. And I think I'll start with this part here first. Alright, I'm going to attempt to clean up these points here. What I might also do is get a little bit of sandpaper and just lightly sand these, all my emery board over, like this. Okay, I want to put that piece back on. So it's once again, it's basically slide on. Really gently. Right, hopefully I got that on the right place. And I just had a nosy and yep, I got it around the wrong way. So, yep, take it off. Right, so that's right all the way. Yeah, it's right way around. Couldn't speak English then. Yeah, so this must be the left and right turn, and this section here is forward or back. Okay, let's flip this upside down. It's kind of hard to see here, but there you go. So I actually want to put something a little bit extra on this. And what I did behind the scenes was got a bit of copper, and it's really hard to sort of show you this, but I'm going to sleeve this copper onto these points, give it a bit of extra connection. So it's hard to do this on screen. So I'm going to do this off screen and show you later. Alright, that first bit's on. How I made it. So I've cut off a piece here. Got my pliers about there. And basically squeeze them without cutting my hands. And that's it. Okay, so those two extra, I suppose, connectors on there is crude, but I think it's really effective and actually work the trick. I also see there's some rust points here that I need to work on that, so I'll do that behind the scenes. And then we'll look at doing something with these wheels here. Like, looks like some buggers melted them. So I don't want to take these off, but I'll figure out a way. Okay, give me a moment. Before I actually go into the wheels, I'll quickly show you this. So I'm going to add these, once again folded the same way, and put these on here for that added connection. My little pliers don't open up far enough. There we go. So there you go. It's kind of crude but effective. I really want to keep this original bit on here. I mean, I could actually, in a later date, draw that out and get a whole new piece, but I reckon that will do the trick, just for the time being. And there's still enough flex in there. Okay, leave that to one side. Let's deal with these wheels. Okay, so I don't want to take this track off, because I think it'll be a bit of a nuisance to get back on. But I wonder if I can actually move it to the side. And let's see how badly this is. Yeah, these are pretty bad. Look at it. Someone has definitely done a number on this and melted the hell out of this. Now, behind the scenes, I actually got my little Dremel tool and sanded that off. And what I'm using is the Aceto Brown rotary tool. This is the blade I'm doing, or the saw blade. So that's about just what I'm doing. I'm just shaving it off. Get rid of the excess melted plastic. And then I'll need to build that area up somehow. So I'm going to do the rest of these off camera now, and then we'll see what I can do about bring that groove back up. Okay, I've done a crude but effective way of sanding this down. This one here is not too bad. I don't think I need to touch that. It is what it is. But this is by far the worst one, these two. And that rear one too as well. That's pretty bad. So the idea is that you can see inside there's little grooves that fit in there, and it helps sort of like keep the tracks on. So I need to put something on there that would actually serve the job pretty well. And the thing I've come across is cable tie, and that is literally almost the same thickness as that. So I just need to basically cut off bits and pieces and then glue it on there. Probably also heat it up too as well. Okay, so I've lit myself a candle. I'm going to put that about here so it's out of the way. I've already tested it with this one. And I think that's going to work. So it just needs a bit more heating up. Done. So what I need to do is basically cut this using that. Apply a bit of super glue, obviously with this. And we'll get in action. Right where my thumb is, or finger is. should work, hopefully without making a mess. Okay, I've gone back to the drawing board. This is not working. The glue is not allowing that to stick. So, scrap it. Must be a better way. And what I'm thinking about doing is using super glue a little bit and baking soda. As you can see, behind the scenes, I've taken the tracks off. I've added this to the bobby wheel. I think that's how it's called. And this is not a bad height. It's obviously too high. Once I've done the rest, I'm going to do the rest behind the scenes. I'll then sand that off. And then we'll look at basically putting it all back together. Okay, so that's all done. Don't worry about these two because these are pretty fine. So I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I can put this back together again. Nice and easy wins the race. Excellent. That one's done. And we'll do the same with this one as well. Without stretching or breaking anything. Probably need to turn it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Awesome. Alright. Right, everything looks like it's in order. Now I'm assuming that this here hooks into this, and that is where the spring is. Is my best guess. Alright guys, I'm going to do this behind the scenes because it requires a few tricks of the trade. Okay, so that's on there. Yeah, sorry, it just took a really weird angle to do. So I had to make sure this part here was in the center. And if you remember that white hook, it had to sort of align with the other hook that's on top of this, which it is now. Right, now it's time for me to put these screws back on. I'm only going to put a couple because I want to test this. Alright, so the MOBAT tank is back together. Let's do a little test run outside, guys. Hey, that's it. That's the end of the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. And I Steeler here is glad that he's got his tank package, aren't you, buddy? Ooh. Hold on, Steeler, buddy. Hold on. Later on. Later on. Well, no, I'm going to take the batteries out. Shh, don't tell him. Yeah, talking about batteries, please do not leave your batteries in your models, toys, and all that, because they're going to get corroded. You know, it's just the way it is. But please, guys, if you like what you see and you're new, hit the subscribe button. It does the world to me. Also, hit the like, share, and comment. I love hearing from you guys. Seriously, you got this big hashtag JoJo family, which I love and adore. Talk about adoring, and I will love you for it too. I don't want to sound weird like that, but I do have a membership part of this channel. Please check that out, because guess what? My next one to do on my membership is repair on Serpentor. Please check that out. That's going to be really, really wicked. And that's going to be a repair for my brother, the Cobra Pit. So with that, everybody, I want to say thank you so much. Yo, Joe. And see ya.